Stock market recap. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. It's also my daughter's 4th birthday. We celebrated yesterday and a little bit this morning. But 3 things I wanted to talk about: global PMI and how that affects the interest rate cut narrative. Also want to talk about Texas Instruments and how that affects semiconductor stocks. And then I also want to talk about Tesla. Of course, we got to talk about Tesla's earnings, okay? So number one, global PMI, guys. Remember how I said every data report is under a microscope and will change the odds of when, right, an interest rate cut, the first one, will happen. And today we got global PMI that came in weaker than expected. And so what happened? The high growth tech stocks, right, they ripped higher, the interest rate sensitive stocks. So that's why if you're day trading and there's a report coming out, you want to watch that closely because you can make some good money around those, especially after a big sell-off we got, last week, okay? So that's one thing. Number 2 is Texas Instruments. Okay, they reported earnings and they beat expectations, and more importantly, they had strong guidance, guys. Remember, the whole reason stocks fell last week is because ASML and Taiwan Semiconductor had mixed reports. And so people were fearing, right, that the semiconductor stocks, the run is going to be over. But Texas Instruments provided some hope that maybe it can continue again, okay, that semiconductor stocks are okay. So that's a good sign. We saw NVIDIA jump 10 points, in after hours based on that, okay, and other semiconductor stocks. So that could continue the rally there. We've had a healthy 2-day rally. Let's see if it can continue. And then Tesla reported earnings, and it was a bad report. Let's not sugarcoat it. The reason why the stock is up is because of them talking about their robo-taxis and slides about the robo-taxis. That was enough, guys, with how much negative, coverage has been on this stock, right? Any positive news can get a stock going. You've heard me talk about this. And with all that negativity baked in, the stock is going up right now. It's up at about 160 to 161 a share last time I checked. So it was up about 7% last time I checked, okay? Now, it might not hold, okay? They still have a lot to overcome, okay? It could be a bounce and then sell off again. Who knows, right? But it's a good sign that is recovering, okay? And again, if you're a long-term patient investor, you can dollar cost average, but again, it's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to deal with the constant debate. Is it a car company? Is it a tech company? Okay, so you gotta decide which camp you're in, okay? But energy storage, is up a little bit. I mean, nothing that's gonna move the needle yet. But again, eventually I think they'll come out of this. But like I said, they got a lot to overcome still. So I think it's more of a play when interest rate cut happens. Because that will spur some more, car purchases. Because when interest rates go down, there's usually more auto loans because rates are lower and more people buying EVs again. So that should help Tesla. But like I said, if you're patient, this is a fine time to be dollar cost averaging, in my opinion, with Tesla. Okay, ideally, if you could have gotten the 140s, right now it's back to 160. But I think you'll have opportunities, guys. I don't think this is just going to go up in a straight line because, like I said, their numbers were bad, okay? They're declining growth, okay? Until you see a turnaround, I don't think the stock's going to shoot up big, okay? But the big thing was their Model 2, or their mass market vehicle. The reason why the stock went up too is because they bumped up the timeline of when they're going to start producing those vehicles. So that is really what I think got investors excited and why it's up today. But again, they still have many hurdles to overcome in the short run. So I think you'll have an opportunity again to buy in on a dip. Okay, but like I said, if you're patient, this is an okay time to slowly dollar cost average. So have a good night, guys.